Hello Pisces, and welcome to Embrace the Moon Tarot and your 2017 June monthly energy reading. So this is just an overall reading to kind of get an idea of what kind of energies and vibrations you can look for. It's coming across your path for the month of June in 2017. I'm actually using the Lumina Tarot, and it is trimmed. I get an overall sense that some of you who are Pisces who are watching this are feeling a bit emotionally tired. You're ending the month of May with, or coming upon this video after quite a bit of crying has been done. It's been emotionally draining to the point of actually requiring you to shed quite a few tears, I feel, is what I'm getting from those of you who are Pisces and who are finding this particular reading. So let's see what sort of energy and vibrations we can find coming your way potentially in June. Current energy, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, possible, or strength, possible obstacle, recent past, potential outcome. So that overall sense I was getting regarding being emotionally upset and possibly having experienced an upheaval that caused a lot of tears or crying or desire to cry, I think is what brought you to this particular energy that you're experiencing right now, which is a tower moment. I feel like you have had a huge upheaval in your life for one reason or another, and it's been kind of out of your control, or you at least feel like it's out of your control. It's requiring you to make some adjustments that you really hadn't planned to make, and you really weren't, you weren't necessarily involved in the choice to make them. I mean, you've succumbed to the changes that you were supposed to succumb to, but they weren't yours by choice initially. The initiation of this particular change was not done by you. It was pressed upon you, and it's really made you, it's really shook up some of your core foundation and has left you feeling extremely unsettled and maybe slightly shell-shocked as you're trying to figure out where to go from here and how to pick up the pieces and how you can meet the new life standards and requirements that have been placed upon you, or you've placed upon yourself as a result of this, or combination of the two. Either way, you're at a place of, I feel shell-shocked is probably the best word to describe this as a whole. The tower moment has occurred and passed by the time you've watched this video, and you are at a point where the damage has occurred, but you're still kind of, and I don't want to say numb, because it's not a numbness, because you were feeling everything, but you just are at a point where you don't know what to do about it, though. So much seems to be required of you now as a result of this. You don't know where to begin, and that just only brings on the emotional strain that you're already under as a result of this tower moment. And it's just this vicious cycle of you don't know where to begin, you feel emotionally drained, and then that just brings you down to your knees, metaphorically, and you are either crying or maybe you've cried out. I'm not quite sure. Some of you, I feel like you are crying. Some of you are probably cried out. And then, you get to a point where you start pondering it again, and then the cycle begins all over again. So recent past, I mean, I feel there's a kind of odd to be going from current energy to recent past, but recent past, King of Wands. So I feel this is representing whatever it is that implemented this change. And I feel like it was a person that implemented the change, that required this action to occur. And again, I feel like you didn't really have a hand in it. You didn't have too much of a choice in it. It was just kind of pressed upon you, and you're doing your due diligence to make it occur. Yeah. So I feel that whatever it is, you felt like you had no choice, and whatever involvement, it had to do with somebody else in your life in one way or another. Someone else in your life, something occurred to this person or as a result of this person, depending on who you are. I feel that some of you, that it is something occurred to someone in your life who was the head of making decisions and actions and what have you. And for others, it was someone who required the action of you. But it was a very solid, very prominent person in your life, a very prominent, very dominant person in your life. And like I said, for some of you, it was something occurred that they are no longer in your life, being the head of these decisions and making sure these actions are taking place. And for some of you, it was someone who became more dominant and more prominent in pressing these actions upon you. So it depends on the person who's watching this as to which one that is reflected, but it's one or the other. And this is just, like I said, it's really kind of upturned your life, and you feel like so much is in a rubble around you, and then you're left to pick up the pieces. You are left to clean this up. You are left to figure out what the next move is, and you know you have to do it, and you're prepared to do it, but at the same time, you don't feel like you have the energy and what it takes, because you have to heal. Whatever it is that has occurred, you have to heal, and that healing hasn't happened yet. You're still, like I said, in shock of this particular tower moment. But despite the fact that you need to heal, you're still being required to keep going. You're still being required to clean up the mess that this tower moment has occurred, as well as continue to perform your daily activities and your daily expectations of you regarding your home life. And you're feeling like very drained. And like I said, shell-shocked seems to be the most fitting word. It really does. So physically, you have the Nine of Wands, and I feel that this is just letting you know to be patient with yourself, actually. Take it day by day, one step at a time, and be patient with the process of having faith and taking things day by day. If you need to cry, cry. You need to tend to those you love, tend to those you love. You need to go to work, go to work. Just be patient for the process. Be patient in the process. The tower moment as a whole has a tendency to really shake our lives up. And the truth is that we don't get over that quickly. It takes time to get over it, and it takes time to clean up the pieces, and it takes time to rebuild. So don't feel like you have to rebuild everything immediately. Recognize that it is okay to feel the way you feel. It is perfectly fine to feel shell-shocked after this has happened. It is perfectly okay for you to just go through the day-to-day activities and just be patient with the process. That whenever we experience a tower moment, we get to know ourselves better. We get to know who we are, what we want in life, where we want to go, what we want life to give to us, how much we want to be open and not open, what our boundaries are. We learn so much from ourselves, and we grow so much when these tower moments occur. So have heart and believe in all that you are, that has brought you to this point in your life, and know that you are more than strong enough to continue to pick up the pieces and to rebuild as you need to be rebuilt, as you need to rebuild, and realize that as you rebuild, this is going to be a stronger foundation than the previous foundation was. But you have to be patient. Don't rush anything, and just be good to yourself in the process. Be very kind to yourself in this process. Recognize that you are going through a moment of change and healing, and give yourself the space you need to change and to heal and to cry if you need to cry. But just recognize who you are and be patient in the process and be kind to yourself. And I feel that is, and I know that sounds, all have to do with emotional, and this was on the physical. But I feel that this is very important because this particular upheaval plays a huge part in your physical life, your life here on earth, whatever it is that makes your life here on earth. I don't feel it's predominantly your body as a physical sense. I think it's just your physical presence here on earth. So that's why it's very tied as far as how you feel emotionally and what you're supposed to be doing for yourself, so you can gain back that stability. But just be patient in the process and know that when you're supposed to clean up, the cleaning supplies will be handed to you. The universe will give you this cleaning supplies. When you're supposed to rebuild, the universe will provide you the rebuilding materials. Just be patient in the process and be kind to yourself so that you can build a bigger, better, stronger foundation than the one that got torn down. Mentally, I feel like mentally you're having a bit of a struggle with money, apparently, and I don't know how much these are tied for you or disconnected. I feel like some of you is tied. To be quite frank with you, I feel like those of you who lost the prominent figure in your life, who was the head of making and taking action, are the ones who are struggling financially as a result of this particular loss. And then those who have this particular dominating entity, a car that created the tower moment, it's a separate thing for those of you who the lack of money or the issue with not feeling like you don't have enough. That's kind of putting you in a panic attack as far as what am I going to do. It's a separate entity, although you still have to work it out. So in your mind, you're really kind of struggling with finances and where you go from here and what it is that you need to do to make sure that you get that balance back. You're really feeling at a loss because you don't know what the next step is. You feel like you've already exhausted all of your choices. So your money issues in general are really on your mind. And I feel like that's going to continue through the month of June. You're going to have to continue working on this. You're going to have to continue budgeting. You're going to have to continue adjusting here and there and learning the new curve, whatever it may be, to make this feeling of panic as regards to how you're going to financially see yourself through the end of June. And I feel like for some of you, it might be even towards the end of the summer. This is just, it's something that's going to be on your mind as you continue through the month of June. So you need to give it proper thought that is productive, but don't let it weigh on you so that it actually wears on you and adds to this tower moment and exhaustion from the tower moment. You need to do what it takes to budget accordingly, make the adjustments that you need to make, go after what you need to go after, and not worry whenever you can't do anything about it, and just have faith that what you're doing is in the right direction and is going to work out. Is it going to just one day flip a switch and be better? No, but that's life, sadly, and I feel like that's a harsh thing to say. I just feel that this is not going away anytime soon. So you need to make adjustments that are going to last all through the month of June. And for some of you, that'll last into July. I feel like after July, the pressure of this is going to dissipate. But this is important enough that the adjustments that you need to make need to be addressed. but you can't focus and obsess about it, that it actually just creates more trauma to the shock that you're getting from the tower moment that you experienced. So think about it to be productive and make productive changes, and then let it go. And only think about it again when you realize that you have to make changes again to see yourself through, to get the stability that you need to get you out of the Five of Pentacles moment. Emotionally, Three of Cups. I feel it's you're desiring support, and you're getting some support, and you know that you have those who care for you, and some of them know about this tower moment and are there for you, and some people don't know about this tower moment, but they're still there for you. But I also feel like it's not enough. And I don't know if it's because you're not being as open as you need to be to people who are going to be the type of support that you need. I feel like that's probably the most thing. Like, you're the people who would be the most supportive for you and give you the healing and nurturing TLC that you need are the ones that you're not actually reaching out to. For whatever reason that may be. You're really holding back and asking for the help that you need emotionally. You're really holding back. You're trying to, for whatever reason, I feel like you don't want very many people to know about this tower moment, or know all about the tower moment that you're going through. That it's really keeping you from opening yourself up to receiving the support that's available to you, for whatever reason. And I feel that that's important, that you make changes so that you can get the TLC and the healing and the nurturing and the emotional care that you need to help you through this, so that you don't feel so shell-shocked, and so that you can actually move faster from this tower moment and move into more positive and higher vibrations, and help you build the foundation that you need to build, so that you can feel better and feel good again and feel like yourself again. So emotionally, the support is available to you, but for whatever reason, you are blocking it. You are refusing to be open to it. You are making a very distinct choice to not go to the one or ones that you know who would be there for you wholeheartedly and give you exactly what you need. And I don't understand why. And hopefully that is something that you can figure out since you're listening to this, and maybe you will know what I'm talking about. And you'll make the change that you need to get that support and love that you need. And I do feel like this is just emotional. You know, it's that TLC, you know, the mother or the aunt or the grandmother or the best friend or the sister, I'm not sure, but you know, that person, and I'm really apologize because I just gave all women. So, you know, it can be father as well, and grandfather, and whatever, whoever that is, or whoever, multiple people that it is. You need to open up to them so that they can be there for you, because they're more than willing to be there for you. And ask yourself why. I think it's important to, you know, ask yourself why you're not allowing this person or these people who are going to supply you with the best TLC that you can have right now. Why are you blocking them? Why are you not being open to them? What is it that has happened that has made you decide to limit how they care and nurture for you? And I think that in and of itself can explain and help you with what it is that you need to understand about yourself during this tower moment. Spiritually, we're at 9 of Cups, and I feel that spiritually, maybe as a result of this tower moment, you've come to a good understanding. You feel that some of the signs that you may have been looking for have come into play, and you have a better understanding of how you want your faith to look. Maybe you didn't used to go to church and you're going to church now. Maybe you didn't used to pray and now you're praying. Maybe you didn't really believe in a specific deity, but now you feel that you can. I'm not quite sure, but you have gotten to a point where, or you will in the month of June, how you decide you want to carry your spiritual self, you're going to feel, it's going to feel content and fulfilled. And that's usually what happens during these tower moments. If I was really honest with you, a lot of times when we have these tower moments, it brings us closer to spirit in one way or another. And our connections for our spiritual self is much deeper and more intricate, and eventually will radiate out. But if it hasn't happened yet, I feel like it's beginning to happen. The shifts are beginning to occur. You're through the month of June, and as a result of this tower moment that you're experiencing right now, there's going to be a fulfillment in your spiritual life. Your faith is going to be stronger as a result of it. You're going to feel more security in your belief system as a result of it. Strength is Four of Pentacles. Your ability to know how to budget and make your money work for you is going to be your strength. Your ability to recognize frivolous spending, recognize how to get a better balanced inward flow so you have a better balanced outward flow, just basically budgeting. Your understanding, your ability to budget is going to be your strength for this month. And it's something I think that you really need to get you out of this Five of Pentacles that you're really stressing over. Recognize the fact that you know how to budget. It's something you've done before. It's something that has helped you in other times and moments in your life where things have been tough. You got what it takes to recognize how you need to make the flow of money to be balanced in such a way that you have enough coming in and that's meeting the needs of what you have to have going out. That's your strength. Make sure you rely on it, because I feel like this is the one thing you can control. As a result of that tower moment and feeling like it was out of your control, this is one thing that you can control. You can control your thoughts. You can control the anxieties that come up when you feel like you're overwhelmed as a result of this Five of Pentacles, feeling you don't have enough money. You can control this because you've done it before. You have the capacity of budgeting as you need to, knowing where you need to cut and knowing where you need to make allowances. This is the strength, and this is something that you can control in this particular tower moment that you're starting out with in June. So use it. Use it and get some of your power back as a result of it. When you build up when you recognize a strength that you have and you build upon it, such as something like this, and is it going to be fixed tomorrow? No, it's something that's going to take some time. But can you switch your thought process? Yes, because if you recognize and can really live in the fact that you are really good at something, you can build from that and help yourself feel more confident, and that can radiate in other areas of your life. So this is one thing that you have done before. You know how to do. It is a strength that you don't just have this month. It's a strength you've had for many, many years. Budgeting and helping yourself out financially is something that is not new to you, and you're good at it. You can almost do this without having to give it much thought. This comes easy to you. When you sit down and you start doing it, it comes fairly fluid for you. So focus on your strength. Start here with building up from the tower, and everything else will eventually fall into place. Impossible obstacle, the desire to become a hermit. When things like this happen and we get completely overwhelmed, it is so easy to want to just lock the doors and stay under our blankets in bed all night and all day, as long as it takes. And sometimes we do need that, but I believe that this particular point in time in your life, that is not the correct response. Taking moments here and there, yes. Taking care of yourself and nurturing here and there to make sure you're getting the TLC when you feel like you can't provide it for yourself. Yes, you should take those quiet moments, those short moments of reprieve and nurturing and hermit moments that happen here and there, but don't go full out into hermit mode. I feel like this message is letting you know that that desire is not going to help you out of this. You need to work through this. You need to be very present to be able to work through this and to build up. So when you feel the need to hermit, go take care of yourself, but then come back. Don't sit in that hermit mode. Possible outcome for the month of June. I feel that this depicts the Maiden of Swords, and I feel that this is depicting that as a result of everything that's going to be occurring this month, things that you can't control and that which you can, as you adjust for the things that you can't control, you have the potential of coming out by the end of June feeling like you are strong as a warrior, that you're ready to take on. Are you ready in full, are you full warrior with experience? No, it would be, baby steps, but it would be the beginning. It'd be the first step into feeling like you're ready to take on what's next. Not infancy, just a little bit, you've gone through the experience and you're more than just an infant in this particular, and you're more than just the seed that's planted. You've grown, you've blossomed. It's more of you'll have more clarity of thought and more willpower. No, you'll have more clarity of thought and just that knowing what it is that you have to do to take on whatever comes to you, and you'll feel like you are strong. You'll end up ending the month feeling that you are strong, stronger than you began the month, and strong enough to continue to build your strength as you progress past June. But I feel that this is potential because you only if you take the time to be patient for yourself. Don't go in hermit mode. Take the time that you need to nurture and care for yourself, but don't go full in hermit. You need to be present for this and build, clean up the rubble and work through it. Slowly be patient with the process. Slowly work through this, whatever it is. Be present and be patient. Take control of that which you can, understanding that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fast, but it is the one thing that you can do something about in your life. And do that. And this all will help you get to that point where you can end the month of June feeling clearer and stronger and ready to grow into the full-on warrior that you have the potential of being. And don't underestimate those who are ready and willing to be supportive, especially when you feel like you want to go in hermit mode. There are those who are more than ready and willing to be there for you emotionally. So don't disregard them when you need them or if you need them. So yeah, that is the month of June for you if you are Pisces. So I'm going to pull a connected and free oracle card for you to kind of give you a loving mantra, a loving touch. It's something that can kind of carry you through the month of June. So I feel like there's two cards for you. One is embrace and the other is be you. And I feel that the important part of this is that you are a strong individual and you are capable of bringing yourself out of this tower moment one way or another. And I feel it's crucial to mention that you also know if you need to be seeking help for someone who can help you. You have all that within you, but I think it starts with embracing who you are, and you need to not deny yourself within this process. I feel like that is probably the key point of this particular card, especially the be you. You need to love yourself and embrace yourself and recognize who you are and be true to you. The process is going to be easier in the sense that you'll be able to be present in the process and understand it and move through it and help yourself in the rebuilding of whatever needs to be rebuilt as a result of this tower. If you take the time to embrace who you are, understand who you are, understand what it is that you want in life, and embrace that fully, and know that you are worthy, and show yourself the love that you need to show, and by embracing what it is that you are and what you want in life. And on that is how you can start the rebuilding process. But I really think that you have to embrace who you are and be true to yourself. And just love yourself. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. All right, that is all I have for you, Pisces. It was my pleasure to do this reading for you. I hope that you have a better ending to the month than you did the beginning. And I look forward to doing a reading for you in July.